Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review That Cold Dead Look in Your Eyes. And this is a new horror film from writer-director Onur Tukel, and focuses on this man, this French man, living in New York City, interacting in his French kind of network, and a lot of things aren't going the greatest for him. And it looks like him and his long-term girlfriend are on a falling out. He winds up moving in with her dad, oddly enough, and played by Ceppos, and he has this growing connection with some young gay men in the neighborhood, and they have some orgies and big parties to take a bunch of naked pictures, a model, and all kinds of stuff like that, and it's just having some fun. And he's struggling at the kitchen that he works at, run by Max Casella's Andy, who's the most not French guy in this movie. And all these things going on, but for some reason he starts having these strange visions. He'll see people with dead eyes, and they'll come out of nowhere, or he'll wind up getting overcome and start strangling somebody, or crushing their head, and all of a sudden he snaps out of it, and that's not really happening. And he's having all these strange visions, and this film, there's a lot going on here. And what it's really going for, not 100% sure. But you could definitely tell that Tukel has a very specific vision and a very interesting perspective that he's trying to portray in this film. And you have a very committed cast and a very diverse cast in both. You have, honestly, one of the weird things though is why are there so many French people? Why do so many of them speak French? And then you're kind of confuses the setting and stuff like that. But once you get past that and don't think about that too much, you could just kind of focus on the film, because you kind of need to, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving pieces, and what's really happening, and what's these fantasies, and it's shocking, it's creepy at times. There's a lot of moving pieces, and there's things that are going on in this film that probably, it's hard to explain, it's hard to understand exactly what's going on, and then you start to realize it's moments where it's just these people that have been a part of his life are I don't know who you are. Who are you? And it starts to get pretty muddled as the film goes on. What's really happening? What's in his mind? All these different kinds of things. And I will admit, Tukel obviously keeps the audience on its toes. And with some of those visuals of whenever these visions happen, it's really well shot. This is black and white. It's intense. It's engrossing. It's engaging. And there are really cool aspects like that. Even if the narrative and the connection we have with the characters really isn't fully fleshed out for a deeply meaningful way. But there's definitely some genre enjoyment to get out of this, and some really quality technical aspects of this film. So this is definitely a mixed bag of things, and maybe it might need some more time for me to ponder upon to really process everything. But this is the kind of film where it's just if you go in and appreciate the technical aspects and the genre aspects of the film, and maybe can give a pass to the narrative and the characters and how much you connect with them, you can get some interesting experiences out of watching this film. But if you're still really trying to focus on it as a whole and how all the elements come together, this one is a bit of a miss. But I think there's still enough elements here to get some enjoyment out of. And writer-director Onur Tukel does a very interesting job of bringing this film to life. But those are my thoughts on That Cold Dead Look in Your Eyes. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.